he's definitely should be considered a happy man. Going with balanced Kenshi, another variation we don't normally see, especially with possessed being a thing in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, and we're getting closer and closer to seeing Kenjutsu on stream. That's the one thing I want before this ends. But well, we're gonna have balance from Tigers. He's applying the pressure right here. That's actually plus, but he's not going to take advantage of the plus frames. He's backing out and trying to use these full screen moves to apply some pressure.
Now you see almost a different approach as Gunslinger than we saw with Black. He's going for a little bit more of an aggressive playstyle, obviously because definitely not one of the smartest ideas to try and outzone Kenshi.
Yeah, especially in this variation.
Yeah, Balance, you know, definitely has some good damage on his own, but definitely really more known for keeping distance. Possess has way more of a mix-up game in my opinion, but you see Balance now just with this easy, but the X-ray!
Wow.
Oh, that was a brilliant trade. I mean, Blackout in a last effort to make sure that he doesn't lose this round. That was so smart. He knew that Tigers was really not even trying to hit him at that point, but just throw off his timing, build up some meter at that end of the round, and Blackout was just having none of that. And now we're going into it. The mix, the 2-on-1 is command grab, the armor away. Tigers sitting exactly where he wants to be.
That's right, sitting in 2 bars, but that was a beautiful coin anti-air right there. A breaker by Tigers. And here we go, back to this full screen war between Gunslinger and Bounds. The interactable used by Blackout, I like that to get in. Nice conversion as well, the Caltrops in the corner. This is not where you want to be, and Tigers is going to be in such a complicated situation. Look at the Caltrops, we're still hitting him there, and the interactable to close it out in favor of M2S Blackout.
I mean, without that X-ray, the name of the game was interactables. I mean, Blackout just managed to use them perfectly in the right situation. So it's going to be interesting to see where we go in this next match, because there's a good chance that we won't be on that same stage. So we'll see exactly where his knowledge of interactables come into play. As we saw there, that was pretty impressive. To use the invincibility frames, come in from full screen, and just narrowly missing a punish on TitaniumTigerzz Blade Fury. So now Tiger's going for arguably a completely different character.
Yes.
A night and day switch from Balance Kenshi to Unstoppable Jason.
Yeah, we're talking going from full screen zoning to pretty much a character that wants to be in your face the whole time. And right now, Tigers is just walking back a little bit though. And there we go, Blackout with the aggression.
That was... I'm going to go ahead and say it. That was a cheeky way to get the first hit. I mean, using the Caltrops, getting that extra meter gain, and you're seeing now, going with all that beautiful chip damage, Tigers switching positions here, hopefully managing to get something going. The overhead.
Oh my god.
And
every hit hurts so much right now. Jason trying to make this comeback happen, and little by little, but that's a nice jump. No punish, however. Blackout is not in a great position. Honestly, look, 17%, a lot of damage coming in the slide, however. And
he's coming back. There's no way he's going to let that round slide, and here we go. But he is full screen. That is a huge problem going up against Gunslinger with such low health. I knew he was going to miss the whiff punish. Does he go for it again? Oh my god, that would have killed the breaker. So smart.
And we're back in the full screen. A lot of problems here for Tiger. He's going to try to advance, and still Blackout gets the round with the clutch guns towards the end of it.
Just out of range. If TitaniumTigerzz went for a jump instead of a dash, that might have actually connected. So now Tiger's going into round number 2 with no meter to spare. Needs to get some offense started to at least build some meter. Spends the bar to keep him off, and no doubt the buff should be up momentarily. And here comes that health buff. Try to mitigate some of that chip damage that he's inevitably going to take. Oh, beautiful punish on the slide. Stops it short, goes for a grab instead.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. He could have gotten way more damage. Blackout trying to advance the Tigers, and this is a battle of, you know, advancing strengths at this point. And right now they're going for the poke. Blackout spends the bar with a low grenade. Tigers doesn't have enough to break, but drops the combo, giving Tigers an opportunity to come back here as he activates his health buff.
Just trying to avoid as much chip damage as possible, but he takes the second bullet, and that's going to send him into his last-ditch effort, and the
Oh
pause.
no, Sky
like
Temple.
this.
Sky Temple
Not like
is
this.
trolling us.
No!
No, oh my
And
god.
TigerzZ is gone. Strange. I don't really know how to make that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you don't want to see these kinds of things. I mean, he had arguably lost the game already, but we all know what Jason can do. We all know that, he's not down until he really is down.
Unfortunately, that game does go to Blackout because Blackout is still in the King of the Hill, and that disconnect was actually on TigerzZ's side. So it is now 2-0 for Blackout. So just have to go ahead and get him back in there. Needless to say, it doesn't matter what the set score is. You could still make a comeback. We've seen it 1,000,001 times, not just in the Combat or Conquest Cup, but even in offline tournaments as well. Reverse 3-0s are among the scariest things to be on the receiving end of. So
yeah,
needless to say, Blackout is his work is not done yet.
Yeah, exactly. And here we go. He's back in the King of the Hill. So this is going to be either the end of his tournament life here in this Conquest, or he's going to start an opportunity, or he's going to actually gain an opportunity to get this comeback going. Let's see what he goes for. He might go back to Kenshi. No, he's choosing Jason, but will he stay the same variation?
I think he's really just kind of thinking about what he wants to do. Now, granted, Kenshi may have gave him a little bit more mileage, but it wasn't really enough to say, hey, definitely got to go back to Kenshi. But as I say, he decides to stick with Kenshi. Really just, I think it went down to personal preference. He also seemed a little bit more, I would say, comfortable in the matchup as Kenshi. Managed to almost take one of the games off, whereas Jason really just couldn't get anything started. The rounds were pretty close, but maybe this was the right move by TigerzZ. As he goes in, gets the first hit off of a EX charge there, narrowly avoiding all these bullets and coins that Aaron Black seems to just have an infinite supply of.
Yeah, doing it very well, going for the teleslice to try to gain some, cash in on some damage. Because if he can do that, one combo might actually do it. If he can just keep chipping away at his life with these 9% slices, once again, 9%.
You take a look, even aside from the damage that he's doing, he's going for the little bits of damage which seems to be working. Regardless of him spending all of his meter, he's gaining meter relatively quick while he's dealing this little bit of damage. It's almost like a win-win. He hasn't even been touched yet, already almost hitting at another bar after a breaker. Has the life lead, no reason to go in. This is really the Kenshi play that you expect to see. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful round.
It was, and using the interactable towards the end as well. So far, TigerzZ has been doing great, cashing in on more full screen damage, and I feel Blackout is actually getting flustered by this. We even see the use of parry to return that, the sand grenade. The X-ray comes out again. Blackout completely flustered, I want to say, at this point.
Yeah, fool me once, shame on you. Take a look at now. That X-ray did not work. He's sitting on absolutely no meter to work with. Runs in, but TigerzZ ready with the brakes and just sits comfortably. Gonna take his time, build the meter, do the chip damage, and take the small hits of 9% when he has it. There's really no reason for him to be up close, but now Blackout, no doubt, trying to push him more towards the corner. So at least then, on this stage, there is no escape with the interactable. So he does need to be careful.
Anything can happen here. The back one connects, but no conversion, and there you go. That clean jump in to close it out. And the one combo we see the whole game is already happening after he won the game.
Now that is a night and day comparison to how TigerzZ was playing before. Even as Kenshi, he just seemed to kind of throw out those moves, hoping that they would connect. But now he's going for more of a play style that involves small hits, running the clock out, getting the meter, and saving his breaker for when and if he gets opened up. That was really smart. So needless to say, I'll eat my words and say that very smart choice to go back to Kenshi instead of sticking with Jason. But now
Yeah.
Blackout is opting to stay with Gunslinger in an attempt to make something happen. You know, we've seen Blackout adjust pretty easily. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. You know, Tigers is playing this matchup almost perfectly, using these interactables early on, and the Rising Karma anti-air.
That was beautiful to use Rising Karma right there as an anti-air. And right now those trades, not necessarily in favor of Blackout, but still, he manages to get up close. 21% out of that. A nice conversion out of that air-to-air as well. And this is where we go, little by little. Tigers is losing the advantage that he had built towards the first portion of the round. He's going to have to use that breaker, but there is a life deficit that he has to work against, and he cannot trade like that anymore, or he's going to lose the round.
He's going for the reflect, just trying at the very least build just a little bit more meter. Oh, and he doesn't. You know what he tried to do? I think he tried to reflect. And you can't reflect 2 times in a row like that when the projectile's already there. I don't think a lot of people know about that, but regardless, still sitting at a good position, building that, and a beautiful whiff punish, but he drops it short again.
Yeah, he's not confirming that back one into the Rising Karma in order to continue the combo. But still, he's been pretty good here, and Blackout manages to get that coin anti-air, throws the caltrops in the corner. Blackout has to find a way to get out of here.
At the very least, so finally getting Blackout off of one of those bars, sitting in a pretty decent position, just trying to keep him away. Run up grab, one of the easiest tools to use as far as zoning goes. Interactables far away. He knew he was going to secure that round. He just wanted to keep as much distance from the corner as possible.
Yeah, we're pretty much here at mid-screen, as if the game were to be restarted. The 2 bars in favor of each of them. And so far, Tigers is doing his thing, using the slice, full screen, taking little chips of damage. And you know what? It doesn't seem like Blackout is opting to just low profile that, because that is a high. So you route that in, the recovery frames will actually allow you to run up, and in some cases even punish, but it doesn't seem like Blackout is actually going for it.
Oh, very nice blocks on the back 3 by Tigers, and here he comes with a combo of his own, but just out of range. And he's just sitting so comfortably right now. He has the meter to break if he chooses to do so, and he's going to do it right there, not take any more damage, but another missed hit confirmed. This is trouble, because Tigers does not have a breaker, and he's in the corner against Gunslinger, who does
Oh, wait a second. That could have been something.
Happening right now. This is a scramble clever, so this might actually kill. Has the break.
He could have gone for something else. Anything can happen, to be honest. We know Kenshin. There we go.
No.
The breakout in the push to stop the coming of the slide right there. Clutch game in favor of Tigers.
I don't believe it. That I was actually holding my breath and I was just watching. This is a really bad situation for Blackout, because he went from being 2-0 against Tigers to now it is 2-2. You can almost smell that reverse 3-0 in the air. And that is not the smell that you want to... You don't want to smell that in the kitchen if you're Blackout, right?
Yeah, no way. And that's the thing. It's like, it's not only the fact that your opponent is coming back, it's also the fact that you get more and more nervous as it's happening. It affects your own gameplay. So it really is it's a battle that you have to fight both in game and in your mind, in your head. You have to keep your composure, and that's, as we were saying earlier, that's what separates the pros from the rest of us, is how good you can be at keeping your composure even when your opponent is coming back like this.
The worst thing you could do, especially as a competitive fighting game player, from experience, never play with your emotions, because right now Tigers is he just seems to be in Blackout's head now. He's using the zoning game almost perfectly, to the point where Blackout is running out of options. He's going for these desperation attempts with these full screen slides, and it's not working. Luckily for him, Tigers has yet to really get a full combo punish on whiff or block. But regardless, I mean, the life speaks for itself. You know, Tigers on the verge of being eliminated, is now sitting on set point.
Round 2, fight.
He's taking his time, building some meter. You know, Blackout sitting at a little bit over 2 bars. Tigers about to gain his first. But now he's just switched positions, and this is bad. And finally gets the hit.
31% meter less. Not that damage. Blackout, again, on a life deficit, trying to come in. Down 2 goes unpunished. Wow, that was some weird trade right there. And there we go, Rising Karma.
And down 1 Rising Karma. And Tigers. Unbelievable finish.